Before this video starts, I just want to say sorry for not uploading. I just have been very ill. I had food poisoning for a week. So I was going to post last week, but I just couldn't because I was so ill. Anyway, enjoy the video. The first melee weapon ever made was stone tips and arrows, made 64,000 years ago. And over the time period, we have other weapons, like the knife, bat, machete, and even the axe. So why not I do a challenge? Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Clardner, and today I'm going to see if I can beat Back 4 Blood only using melee weapons. Now let's go over the rules. I'm only allowed to use these weapons as you can see on screen, and also the iron claws. And I'm also allowed to use my melee knife as well. And this is kind of obvious, but I can't use any guns, especially mounted turrets. And I cannot use any throwable items. I am, however, allowed to use my AIs. Also, I'm adding another rule as well. I'm not allowed to mod the game in any other way possible. If there's any such thing as modding in this game, I'm not sure yet. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into it. I'm going to be playing on the difficulty veteran as I feel like that'd be perfect for melee only. And we all know who I'm going to play. Starting off the mission, I found a bat. And yes, sadly, I have to drop all my grenades and my gun. But then seconds later, I found a hatchet and I bought it instead. And then I left the safe room. During the mission, somehow both of my AIs died. I don't know how. They got a little cloud symbol, so I don't know how exactly they died. Until I realized during editing, they fell to their death. So again, being the first mission, there's not really a lot to talk about. So we just quickly went to the safe room and complete Mission 1, Act 1. On to the next mission where I bought a few upgrades for my weapon, and I bought a health upgrade and a stamina upgrade. Mainly because health upgrades are always good, and stamina upgrade I need because using melee weapons use up half of your stamina. And then we left. And of course, because this is mission 2, a massive orc spawns in. I couldn't do much as I have a melee weapon, so I try to let my AIs fight it while I fight the zombies. And after it reaches half health, it goes away, and of course Hoffman dies. Later on, we're back at the place where the orc spawns in once more, and I try to attack it as well. Then seconds later, the orc dies, and I almost died as well. Then it was a quick run into the safe room to complete Mission 2, Act 1. On to the next mission where I bought a few upgrades, and then we just quickly left. And we got to this bit where I thought an orc spawns in, but again, it didn't, so I guess I'm just very lucky. And then we quickly turned on the gravel filter. And I will admit that this melee weapon's actually doing okay. Like, I thought melee weapons were actually bad, that's why I never really used them. But this one's actually doing really good. Anyways, after the graphic filter was done, we quickly jumped over. And then it was a quick run into the safe room to complete Mission 3, Act 1. On to the next mission where I healed myself up and then we quickly left. Then we quickly run across the bridge to get to the ferry. And after getting to the convoy point, they dropped some C4 where we have to go back into the ferry. And then we charged up the C4. And then we just about got out to complete Mission 4, Act 1. On to the next mission where again I bought a few more upgrades and then we quickly left. Later on during this mission, we have to destroy all the residents near a gas station, and of course the breaker spawns in, which is great. But then after a short while, we managed to kill the breaker. After that, we got to the shop where we opened the door and then saved every survivor inside. And believe it or not, we actually have the clip of me going inside the safe room. So Mission 5, Act 1 completed. On to the next mission where I bought a few upgrades and then we quickly left. And after boarding up all the windows in the library, we left. And then it was a quick run into the apartments where we found all of the survivors. And then I quickly ran because an orc spawned. After running into the safe room, we completed Mission 6, Act 1. On to my favourite mission now, and we bought some upgrades and then we quickly left. After getting into the bar, we quickly supplied up and get ready. And then we started up the jukebox to rock out. Even playing this game for years and years, this mission never gets boring. For some reason, I don't have the clip of me leaving, so this is Mission 7, Act 1 completed. On to the next mission where we bought a few upgrades and then we quickly left. It took me like 2 minutes just to find the supplies, but we've quickly got them to the safe room to complete Mission 8, Act 1, very quick and easy. On to the next mission where I grabbed the supply box and then we quickly left. And for once, I actually am allowed to use my knife. For some reason, I couldn't find the clip of me opening the gate, but we managed to get to the diner. And after preparing, we turned on the generator to start the onslaught. And to be honest with you, this mission was very chill and very easy, with the bat killing anyone very quickly and very smoothly. This wasn't that hard. but I kind of spoke too soon because a breaker spawns in. And just before Hoffman went down, we completed Mission 9, Act 1. On to the next mission where we'd bought a few upgrades, but then we quickly left. And then we quickly got to the farm where we could destroy all the Nessers. And I completed the game about 6 times already, and this is the first time I've ever seen the Ness actually spawn up here. Anyways, after crossing the bus, we quickly got to the safe room to complete Mission 10, Act 1. On to the next mission, I bought a few more upgrades for my bat, and we quickly left. And after a while, we turned on the tow truck. And I have to be truly honest with you, I actually hate this mission so much, as because when I play it, I don't mind it, but when I edit it, I just don't know what to say about this mission. Anyway, we quickly made it to the church, where we boarded up all the windows to complete Mission 11, Act 1. On to the next mission, where we just quickly left the safe room. And with no bosses spawning, we quickly made it into this house. And after destroying all the Nessers, we quickly wanted to turn on the tow truck. After proceeding through the mission, somehow Holly went down. I'm assuming the hag killed her. Anyway, we kept going to complete Mission 12, Act 1. On to the last mission of Act 1, where we quickly left. And again, just like last time, I put in all the animation next to the cannon. After the third one, the org spawns in. I tried to go as quickly as possible as the org was coming closer and closer, but we've managed to fire the last one to complete Act 1. On to Act 2 now, where I dropped all of my weapons, picked up the nearby bat, and bought some upgrades. And then we left. After getting to the parking garage, we have to destroy all the Nessers. And after destroying the last one, we quickly run to the homes. And then we quickly run to the school or church. I still don't know what this even is. But anyways, it was a quick run to the safe room to complete Mission 1, Act 2. On to the next mission where I bought a few upgrades here and we quickly left. And then we quickly run into the police station, where we have to destroy 3 Nessers to get inside the armory. And after destroying the last one, we retrieved Bob's hand. And yes, this time I am allowed to use Bob's hand as it counts as a melee weapon. Surprisingly, very strong as well. Anyways, after scanning Bob's hand, we quickly went inside the safe room to complete Mission 2, Act 2. On to the next mission where we bought some upgrades and we quickly left. After a little while, we found the room where we have to overflow the gate. And after turning it on back again, we waited until it opens so we can go inside the car park. And after a little while, we found the way out. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of this mission, mainly because I just don't know what to say half the time, and I just feel awkward when I'm playing this map as well. I just don't know why. Anyways, we got to the control room where we overflowed the gate. And then there was a quick run into the safe room to complete Mission 3, Act 2. Now onto the mission that I hate the most. I bought a few upgrades and then we quickly left. And as soon as I got here, I set the birds off instantly. This is why I hate this map so much. But it makes up because for some reason I got really lucky here. Like, I don't know what happened there. Anyway, shortly after, even Glau, how do you pronounce this guy's name? Anyways, he got killed by the hag. I mean, on Google, it means good news, and it's also a Greek name, which is, I guess, good to know. Anyways, we got to this part where I have to destroy the Nessers, and hello, hag. Anyways, after a while, Mum somehow died for some reason. I'm assuming it's the hag again. Anyways, we destroyed the last nest, and this happened as soon as I dropped down. This is why I hate this mission so much. It's just, Mission 2, Act 4 done. On to the next mission where for some reason I don't have me going into the safe room, but it's fine. Anyways, we loosened this bridge using one of my toolkits and untied the boat. And after crossing the boat, we quickly run into the home parks. In the mission, I found a brand new bat as well. And we quickly run into the safe room to complete Mission 5, Act 2. On to the next mission where I bought a few upgrades and we quickly left. And for this mission, I just don't know what to say yet again. Like, this is a really quick and easy mission. There's not a lot to say about this mission. You just quickly run through these boats, and then you quickly run to another boat, and then that's it. Anyways, it was a quick run to the safe room to complete Mission 6, Act 2. On to the next mission where I bought a few upgrades, and we quickly left. After sending away the second cargo, the breaker spawns in. And after killing the third breaker, we quickly tied the last one to complete Mission 7, Act 2. On to the next mission where we bought a few upgrades and we quickly left. And after leaving, the org spawns in. And for some reason, it's one of these missions where there's literally so much food, it's unreal. Anyway, shortly after, I went down, which was not good. And then Doc went down, which is also not good. Then somehow even, I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name again. He died as well, which is not good. Meaning Mum died as well, meaning we failed. And after a little cry, we bought some even more better upgrades. Then later on, Doc died and I couldn't get to her because the org was on her, and I was on 1 HP. And I quickly run back to Fort Hope, seeing if I can buy more upgrades and heals, but no, it was closed. And shortly after, Mum went down and I went down as well. Then a few seconds later, my other teammate died, meaning we failed the run. I restarted using Eve, that's his new name by the way, and I used him because I did not know that the map was spawned with a spare bat. And after dropping both my Molotov and my Uzi, we left the safe room. Then shortly after, Walker went down, I went down, Mum also went down, meaning there was one survivor left. And later she died, which means we failed again. Later on, I actually died, meaning I have to use a different character, and no other character is using a melee weapon, so I couldn't use my gun. And then this time, again, we failed. And after 2 hours of trying, I give up, so I tried to use the minigun this time, while still only using a melee. Yes, I know I'm cheating, but at this point, I've been on this exact same mission for nearly 3 hours, and not beaten it yet. And yet, we still failed, and I still died. At this point in the run, I just give up. I used my melee weapon, and I upgraded a gun so I can cheat. The thing is, there is too many riddens coming in at once, and the fact is I'm using my melee, meaning that half of my stamina is running each time. It's just too much. And not only that, the smashers keep coming in and keep knocking me back, meaning I can't revive anyone. Then after a while, I did kill the org using a gun. Even though I may have cheated, I am still playing. So I dropped my assault rifle and then we quickly went. So I quickly run into the safe room to complete Mission 8, Act 2. Even though I did not complete Mission 8 because it was too hard, and I don't think it's even possible beating it. With the amount of zombies spawning in at once, I think it's literally impossible to do it. Maybe on an easier difficulty, but I just don't think so. Anyway, we quickly left. Anyways, this mission has a lot of food once again. I just don't know why. Anyway, shortly after, the org spawns in, which is amazing. And after nearly killing the org, a breaker spawns in. And after killing both, we quickly run into the safe room to complete Mission 9, Act 2. On to the next mission where we bought a few upgrades and we quickly left. And I will admit, this challenge is extremely hard, especially against the mini bosses like the Smashers, because they just knock you back every single time when you're about to revive someone. After killing the last snitcher, the 2 breakers spawn in. And after killing the last breaker, we completed Act 2. On to Act 3 now, where I picked up the bat and dropped all of my other weapons. Then I bought some upgrades. Then I left. And I keep saying this, but I do actually underestimate this challenge of how hard this actually be, especially against these little mini bosses right there. Anyways, we got to the farm where we have to go through this corn farm. And I'm not joking when I say this, but I swear to God, I probably set off the horde 3 times in a matter of under 10 seconds. Anyways, I managed to get out of the farm and went through this house, which I have to break it down, which set off the horde once again. For some reason, I don't have the clip of me going into the safe house, so this is Mission 1, Act 3 completed. On to the next mission where I bought a few upgrades and then we left. And after a little while of leaving the safe house, a breaker spawns in. And this boss was actually not a joke because I almost died like twice, but somehow we beat it anyway. And after a little while, we got to the pool area where I have to destroy the nests. And then we destroyed the last nest. And then we quickly run into the safe room to complete Mission 2, Act 3. On to the next mission where I bought a few more upgrades and then we quickly left. Then after a little while, we'll quickly run to get onto the ferry. And I still can't believe this is called a ferry. And after a while, we managed to get to our destination. Then it was a quick run to the cabins where we could find a battery. And I think for the first time, I actually found the battery without the game actually telling me where it is. Anyways, then we quickly turned on the gate. And then it was a quick run into the safe room to complete Mission 3, Act 3. On to the next mission where we bought a few more upgrades and then we quickly left. After leaving, this entire greenhouse got caught on fire and Holly died by the hag. Then we made it into the main greenhouse where we have to destroy these nests. Then I quickly destroyed the last nest with my stamina very low. And then we have to go through this maze, and I actually forgot about Holly. Then I actually found Holly in the maze. And after finding the way out of the maze, we quickly got into the save room to complete Mission 4, Act 3. On to the next mission where I quickly healed and bought a few upgrades and then we left. And hopefully this time we don't fail this mission. Anyway, we met up with Roger, and he showed us his fireworks show.
Propane tank over here. Propane tank here.
Anyways, after that, I had to find all of his supplies. And I will admit, this was actually quite hard. I mean, I spent too long on this mission that the game actually told me where the boxes were, which it never did before. Anyways, after picking up the last one, we completed Mission 5, Act 3. On to the next mission, where I saw that all of my AIs were actually really low. So the team player I healed them all. And then I quickly left. And as soon as I left the safe house, a breaker spawns in, which was very annoying. And you can see that the breaker is slowly coming in. Anyways, after a little while, we managed to kill the breaker. And then we quickly made it to the crematorium, wherever this is called. And after a little while, we found the key card, which we then opened the door and turned off all of the furnaces. And then we quickly got outside of the church. And after a little while, we made it to the school. And then we quickly made it to the safe room to complete Mission 6, Act 3. On to the next mission, where I bought a few upgrades and then we quickly left. And then we quickly run into the school. And after going inside the school, we have to destroy the nests. And after a while, we destroyed the last nest. And then we made it into the gym. And then I turned on the generator to start the horde. After the first horde was done, we found the battery nearby. And then I started up the generator again, which spawns in the horde, and you can tell by my health that it destroyed me. And I'll tell you this was very, very hard. And then after a little while, we managed to kill the orc. And then I revived Doc. And then we quickly made it outside so I can jump onto the school bus to complete Mission 7, Act 3. On to the next mission, where I stared at the gate for 3 minutes for some reason, and then I quickly left. And then we quickly run into the CDR. Then after a little while, we made it into the tent where we have to find all of the chemicals. And with a little help with the game, we found the last chemical. And I don't know what happened, but I'm pretty sure my AI killed me with a barrel explosion. And then after a little while, I went down, which is not good. And my AIs was teasing me to revive me. Like, look at this. Like, they're not reviving me anymore. And with very little health left, we quickly made it into the safe room to complete Mission 8, Act 3. On to the next mission, where I bought a few upgrades and healed really quickly, and then we left. And I was not looking forward to this mission as 3 orgs spawned in, but we managed to kill the first one after like 2 minutes. Anyways, we got to destroy these nests to proceed through the mission. And the next org spawns in, and you can see by my health and Holly's health that we were not doing really well. But we managed to destroy the final nest and kill the final org, which was quite weird as only 2 spawned in, and I thought 3 spawned in, but apparently not. So, Act 3 completed. Now, on the final mission. I don't know why I'm even attempting this, because I know I'm going to fail, but anyway, let's go. I picked up a machete and bought as many upgrades I can possibly get. And then I left and dropped all of my weapons. Now, I know this is going to be extremely hard, especially with the melee weapon I've picked, which is the machete, as melee weapons don't have the best of range in this game. Now, I tried to see if I could hit any of them, but I can't, so I'm just leaving it up to my AIs to kill them. And as you can see, it's actually going really, really well, as I'm killing all the Riddens while my AIs are focusing on the tentacles. And then shortly after, my AIs managed to kill the last one. And then I went down to see if I can beat the second stage. And I tried to go up to him and see if I could hit his weak spots, but he just keeps pushing me back, as you can see. And for some reason, my AIs are not hitting the Abomination weak spots for some reason. Now, when you hit the Abomination just only once, it will show his health at the top. And because I can't hit the Abomination, I don't know if my AIs are shooting the Abomination or not. I've been waiting now 20 minutes, and my AIs are still not shooting at the Abomination. So I'm afraid I have to say that no, you can't beat Back 4 Blood only using melee. And I kind of had a feeling at the start that you wouldn't be able to, but I just wanted to see how far you can actually possibly go with the melee weapon. And I was really surprised how far I went with the melee weapon, as I thought I was going to fail really easily, but I only failed 2 missions, which is really surprising. Anyways, I just want to say thank you for watching, and I will see you guys later.